My name is Ivy. I am 14 years old and I come from Wenezi. I love eating food from Chicken Inn. I love playing pada and studying maths at school. When I was little, I started taking tablets that my mother gave me. I didn't know what they were for, but my mother told me they would keep me healthy and strong. I then moved to stay with my grandmother. One day I asked my grandmother why I had to keep taking the tablets. She looked worried and didn't answer straight away, but then said, "The medicine you are taking is for your headache." I hadn't ever had a headache, which made me feel so confused and angry. Why would she deliberately lie to me? What was so wrong that I couldn't be told? I felt so angry. I went to the bathroom and I threw all the tablets in the toilet. It wasn't long before I started to get really sick. Sores erupted on my head and between my legs. My grandmother saw them and told me we needed to see the village health worker. When we walked through the village to see her, I was so afraid others would see that something was wrong with me. The health worker bathed my sores and covered it with dressings. She told me that I needed to go to the clinic. I told her I didn't want to go, but because she promised to come with me, I agreed. At the clinic, the nurse asked me if I had been taking my tablets. I told her the tablets were for headache and I don't get any headaches. The nurse looked concerned and she sat down next to me. She held my hand and explained the tablets I had been given were not for headaches. She told me that she would talk with my grandmother, but first that I needed to get well. I was upset. I knew that my grandmother was lying to me. This made me angry. They made me promise I would go back to the clinic the following week for a checkup and to talk more about my medicines. I promised to go, but I never went back. My grandmother couldn't afford the transport, so I stayed at home and the sores on my face got worse again. I didn't trust anyone then since I knew everyone was lying to me. I thought it would teach them a lesson if I got really sick or even die. One day the village health worker came to the house with someone called Uncle Lloyd. He said he worked with the cats from Zvandiri and had come to see if I needed any help. He explained you could support the transport money to travel to the health facility where I was treated for the sore on my cheek. I tried to talk to my grandmother. I wanted to know why I was ill and what the tablets were really for, and why she had lied to me. She refused to talk to me about it and just made excuses. A few weeks later, my mother passed away and suddenly everything changed. I was called to the facility near to where I was staying and health workers explained, "The medicine you are taking are for HIV. You got HIV from your mother. It was not your fault. It came from your mother, but it was not her intention to pass this to you." I was shocked and angry that nobody had told me before. I had so many different feelings. I was really confused. I was so sad about my mother dying, but I was also angry at her for not telling me. I didn't really know that much about HIV. I had heard that you die from it. But at least I now understood why I was given the medicine and I started taking my pills. At first, I didn't know how to take the tablets and I took them at different times of day. Uncle Lloyd and the nurses and counselor at the clinic have been helping me understand how to take my medicine, and although it is still hard to remember, I'm getting better. Uncle Lloyd has really helped me understand how important it is for children to know what medicine is for, and to make sure we keep taking it on time so we can stay healthy and play like other kids. He is also helping my grandmother to understand more, and she now helps remind me to take my medicines.